I worked with a guy, and he was telling me a story about his child that had an opportunity to reset his life because his child had struggled with drugs. And I had shared him how I had people in my family addicted to drugs at times, and what you'll find is most people in today's modern world has someone in their family or someone they know that struggle with drugs, whether illegal or legal drugs, alcohol, prescription pills, hard drugs, etc. And drugs is a major thing that can knock you off track in life. But in and he had said that he had told his child that's in his 20s, be careful because you're getting a reset at life and you don't know how many of those you get. And that was the first time I heard the word reset, and it really stuck to my mind. I thought, wow, that was an interesting word he used. Of course, I knew about second chances, okay? Of course, know about, being born again spiritually. But that word reset struck me. And I reflect on that statement often, and I think about me as a child when I would get frustrated playing a video game, I would reset it. And certainly in life, there's no one button, but there are some things you can do to reset your life. Now, you only get so many. Like this guy told me, and that's what he told his child. His child, I think, was in his mid-20s. He said, look, you're getting a chance to reset your life. Be careful. You only get so many. I think a divorce is a reset. I think when you come out of the hospital, that's a reset. I think someone wants to hire you. That's a reset. Many people get resets, but then they regress. I want to share with you in general terms, how do you reset your life? Well, number one is there's something wrong with the game you're playing. Okay. Meaning that if life was a video game, you're playing it and you're not winning, you're doing something wrong. And it's not about winning all the time. None of us win all the time. But if you're unhappy more than not, if you're broke more than not, there's something you need to separate from some type of dysfunction. Whether it's a person, a behavior, a habit, an environment, you need to separate and take accountability. You can't blame. I had to block someone again today. Their name was Pills and Pillows. And they said they're depressed because of their childhood. Well, you're an adult now. Okay. And look, I'm sad you had a bad childhood. I know a lot of people did. We could all cry the blues. Hey, look, what do you want to do? You want to talk about your childhood for the rest of your life, or you want to be an adult and make the most of your life? I thank God that I do YouTube as a creative side hustle, because I don't know how any therapist, I don't know how anyone who really needs to have an honest conversation with people, I don't know how they can do it if that's the only way they make money. Then I think they got to lie to them. And I think that's why a lot of people shop for a therapist. They don't really want, let's stay positive. But I want to tell you, you got to separate from the destruction. Maybe you have to separate from a house. Maybe you have to separate from stuff. I often say, guys, a storage unit is an emotional bad behavior. It's signs that someone is emotionally not well. They have decided to pay someone to store their stuff. And they have no plan on when they will ever use it again. It's just, they can't let go, though. Can't let go. So you have to think about it. I listened to an interview today from Rihanna when her and Chris Brown got in that famous fight. Two famous people, beautiful people. A lot of people always tell me they're butt ugly and that's why they're sad at life. Well, hey, why don't you look at some beautiful people that have been through life and they're still not happy? Okay, they've been divorced or whatever, they're drug use. Hey guys, look, what do you want to do? Okay, make the most of your life. Don't worry about how you look. Take off the fucking wig, all right? You look like shit with a wig on. I hate to tell you. Okay. So, I was listening to the interview with Rihanna, and she was saying that Well, she was being interviewed, I think, and the interviewer said that every abusive relationship, it takes at least 7 breakups to stay separated. And Rihanna said, well, I heard it's actually 8 or 9. So let's average it. It takes 8 times to break up with someone before you finally had it. That's number 2. The first thing is you got to separate from bad behavior, whether it's drugs, people, or storage units. And then number 2 is you got to stay separated. So many people go back. They downsize, and then they overconsume. They become a nomad, and then they buy new RVs, new vehicles. They get a divorce, and then they go right back into a relationship. Stay separated. Stay separated. You don't reset your life if you go back to your old life. You don't reset your life if you go back to your old life. You can't get clean and then go back to your friends that are still using. Doesn't work like that. You can't get, look guys, I was going to say you can't get saved and then go back to the strip club. I went back to the strip club when I was still quote unquote saved, but I didn't stay there. I kept trying. And that was part of, again, I understand the philosophy. You don't want to get caught in religion. But to me, the church at that point in my life was just an anchor to give me another option to not go to places like the strip club or something. I did my own work. I did my own homework outside of church. I didn't depend on church like a babysitter. It was just another resource, like a campground. Guys, I'm not married to any one campground. I just use it as a resource. Okay. There's no way in life that you're resetting your life with your old life. You can't pour new wine into old wine skins. You can't pour your new life into your old friends. How do you reset your life? I'm telling you how. And I'm going to do it under 10 minutes. I got 3 more minutes to break it down. Jack Burris, you know what it is. 199 Super Chat. Cheers, brother. Hope all is well. Slam that keyboard. Brother, just for you. Tell the girl to leave her panties on and slide them to the side. Why? I like panties. But I want to tell you, get a vasectomy. And if you're scared to get a vasectomy, tell Dr. Fauci, put something extra in your booster. Because I want to tell you guys and girls, you can't blame people when you are choosing to have multiple kids. That's a conscious decision. 1 kid I can understand. 2 kids, my father was scared to get a vasectomy. Hey guys, look, 3 kids. Don't blame anyone else. Don't blame the system. Blame yourself. Your lack of self-control. Final thing. Thank you, Jack. You know I love you. Final thing. This is very important, especially for my minimalist. Only add what matters. Only add what matters. What does that mean? Well, if you clean out your closet, don't go adding things back to it that you didn't use. Varney, $10 straight gold super sticker with a little transformer. Yeah, love it. Varney, thank you for that super sticker. Thank you. Thank you. Costco, ring the bells like we're in Atlantic City. Let people know that I'm thankful. Thank you, Jack. Thank you to all my members. I see Pat going here barefooted. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. How do you reset your life? Only add what matters. After you get a divorce, only be in relationships that really matter. After you downsize, only buy what really matters. After you get rid of your storage unit, only buy what really matters. The whole point of separating and stay separating is so that you only add what matters. Thank you, Varney. And forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. This is a hard thing for me, guys. I've been struggling with this at this season. Because I've done the work to separate from toxic behavior on my own part. Stay separated from toxic people. And I want to tell you, there's no way you're doing that without changing your number. If you keep an old phone number, don't expect a new life. You're not resetting your life. Every time I'm in Florida, because this happens a lot in Florida, and I get a call from someone I know well, not really someone, no, not too many people on my phone number, but like a real estate agent or something. And there's some good ones that even have a different number, but I think in my mind, in my own principle, if they don't have a Florida phone number, they still have the state they're from, Michigan, Ohio, whatever. I said to myself, they couldn't really fully go to their new life. Now, their justification is that's their business contacts. Of course, being a real estate agent, you got to have a lot of contacts. And I get that to a certain degree. But, guys, when you downsize, you live below your means, and you got skill set, they going to find your number. Believe me, guys, you're going to get business. I couldn't wait to change my number when I had a contract in business, guys. It took me years to have people stop calling me. I don't want to hang a ceiling fan again, unless I have to. I thank God for people who hired me. But I want to tell you guys, I don't want to change a GFI outlet. I don't want to hang a ceiling fan. I don't want to go back to my old life. I'll do what I got to do if I had to. But the whole point of resetting your life is you want to live a life that you want to. You want to. Oh, yeah. You have to sleep in a separate room, but I don't know. Yeah, you had to marry that person. And maybe you had to marry him to get to America. But I want to tell you guys, hey, look, if you can divorce them now and still keep your citizenship, hey, they knew what it was. It's like buying Bitcoin, okay? You bought Bitcoin, the shit go down. You took the risk, motherfucker. Hey, shit. I mean, that's part of the game of life. They're not guaranteed nothing. Shit. And they support Trump too. I hate to say, hey, they should know what life is then, okay? Hey, you believe free choice, we do whatever we want. Well, I come in, I don't want to fuck with you. Yeah, they don't like that. Don't tell them that. Look, guys, I want to end this and go all live comments. I showed up again, and I try to knock the main subject out in 10 or 15 minutes, and we did it. The guy said, this guy, good guy. And I think you vote for Trump. He's a good guy. Like I said, I know a lot of good people vote for Trump. He said, my son's addicted to drugs, like Biden's son. So hey, they blasted Biden for everyone's addicted to drugs. A lot of people got family members addicted to drugs. And so did my family too. That's why we were sharing. But he told his son, you're getting a reset at life. And that word reset, man, it struck a chord in my soul. Because I think about when I was young playing a video game, I reset that game. And there's no reset button, guys, but you got to separate from toxic habits, toxic people, toxic environments. And here's the key. You got to stay separated. It takes 8 breakups before people actually break up. There's a lot of damage that can be done during the course of 8 breakups. A lot. Sometimes very hard to repair. You only get so many. Then the number 3 thing is once you finally get everything a clean slate, only add what matters. I've lived out of one bag for 5 years. Whatever is in my car is only what matters. And I want to tell you guys, most people, even in a third world country, would not have as least things as I have for 5 years. Now, I spent a lot of money in Starbucks and on food and on gas. But as far as possessions, I mean, I could sit in the parking lot and spend no money. It's not the life I want to live. But I mean, guys, I got nothing though, as far as like stuff. Only add what matters. That's the message. All right, let's go all live comments. Thank you again, Jack and Barney. I truly appreciate those gracious super chats. Thank you to all my members. I see Pat Go is in the building. My man Doug Twister, I see you. All right, we're going all live comments. If I miss a comment, guys and girls, please type it again. Don't take it out of disrespect. And if you blame your childhood, don't take it out of disrespect when I block you. Because, guys, I want to go forward in life, okay? And if you haven't addressed your childhood yet, I don't know what the fuck you're doing on my channel. Because, guys, I am not here to talk about people's childhoods, guys. I mean, I told my own family that time. I don't want to talk about, we addressed it already. We're done. I'm done with it. I mean, I'm going forward. But I want to tell you, even my father tells you, so he wants to, we're done. We talked about it all already. Okay, that's it. And I want to tell you, be around people just like Al Bundy. Some of my friends, they always want to talk about high school football. Guys, I mean, shit, I'm trying to talk about retiring early shit. Okay? I damn sure don't want to talk about, but that's me. And that's what I've learned in life, man. Like, everyone's different. So you got to find out what type of energy you want in your life. And your old friends may not like that. They got a different, idea of what inspires them. That's okay. And like I said, don't miss out on the best part about being an adult. You get to decide what you want to do, how you want to do it, if you do what you got to do. If you don't do what you got to do, guys, you ain't deciding shit. Okay? You ain't deciding shit. Now, maybe you'll decide shit for your enabling mother or your therapist that don't really, that need that money that got to pander to you. But you ain't going to do it with me. Yeah, you ain't going to do it with me. Okay. Oh, I thank God for adulthood. I don't want to go back to being a kid. Okay. Let's go to all these live comments. Twista, it's great to see you, brother. I pray for you often. You're going to do fine. You're in your 20s. You're working, finishing school. I want to tell you this. I'm going to do a short video this week. Very powerful. It's called Your Mother Doesn't Want Flowers. She Wants Her Space. Every adult mother, as much as she says she's never wants you to leave, she needs her own space. So I want to tell you, even though she'll cry when you move out, she'll cry when you do certain things. As you become a young man, you learn that you should respect all women, just like you should respect all men. But you shouldn't, you can't let tears determine what you need to do as long as it's healthy. Because remember, your mother chose your father. Okay? And remember, your mother may have 2 bastard daughters. Okay? So, you also got to remember, I got to make some decisions in this motherfucker. Okay? Because I can't let these motherfuckers make my decisions. Yeah, that's right. Now, some people say that's bad. Well, I want to say, hey, guys, look, I could show you a lot of bad shit in life. I could show it to you. You don't want a camera in some homes. So let's stay positive. Erin, it's great to see you. Erin said, this applies to you. Erin reset her life. She sold her house. She's an empty nester. She raised her kids. One kid's still bad. Don't try to change them. Let them figure out life. But she said, Sam, now that I don't have a lot of stuff to distract me, I paraphrased that, but that's true. Now that I don't have a lot of stuff to distract me, what do I do with all my time? Well, I say, don't write horror. Don't write horror books. Why? Because horror movies or horror books, they're trauma to the mind. I would never want to talk to Stephen King. Why? I don't want to talk about what's in his mind. The most depressed people I know, guys, they love horror movies. They got an avatar of the Joker. What? Nah, not me, man. I'm good. I don't need that shit in my life. I don't want to wake up with someone who made the conscious decision to put the Joker as their avatar. I mean, that's a horror show. You live in that shit. I ain't gonna do it. But I want to tell you, Aaron, and everyone who recently downsized or an empty nester, your goal is to wake up early, don't take naps, exercise your body, do something productive. You'll figure out the rest. Why? Because creativity comes through self-care, and self-care comes from time management. Everything else, guys, is pills and pillows. And I'll block anyone that's the energy. The person I blocked today, that was out of all their therapy and all their adult life, the most they can muster up in their mind is, let me write a tag name of pills and pillows. And I'm always struck at what do I say that makes someone give a comment and I never see their comment, very rarely. Because that shows me that's the only thing that sparks them. I said, wow, I said a lot of good things, and that's the only thing you got from my whole damn video? I'll do a video about how to change your life, and you know what they get from it? Don't wear a wig. I said, wow, that's the only thing you got from that motherfucker? I said, what a waste of therapy you must go through. You listened to an hour of straight fire, and the only thing you got from my video was don't wear a wig. Or masturbate in a sock. I tell you, that's why I tell you guys, if you're going to be a therapist, you charge as much as you can. Because Medicare, Medicaid, it's going to pay for that shit. I thank God. But I want to tell you guys, the rich I get, I don't want to hear none of it. You couldn't pay me to listen to that shit. Guys, you couldn't pay me to go hang a ceiling fan right now. You can say, I paid $20,000. That don't move the needle for me, B. Get us right? Okay, now if I had to, guys, I'll do it for $200. I'll do whatever I got to do. But if I don't have to, I ain't doing it. Shit. And I want to tell you, I don't want to hear some bullshit. Okay. Let's go back to these live comments. Aaron, hey Sam, long time no speak. Oh yeah, Aaron Blackman from the UK. I remember you. I'm the most engaged YouTuber out there, guys. Click that thumbs up. Glad you're doing well. You too. Shout out to the UK. We gotta stand united. Europe has 750 million people. America has 350 million. If you add that alliance up alone, we got 1.3 billion, same as China. You have to be united. For how many years they say, why are we giving all this money overseas? Say, guys, wake up call. We're not the biggest country. You need alliances. These people are so unstrategic. I'll tell you guys, a big pickup is not going to do it. You need to have a big strategic mind. Okay. You got to think, guys, we're in a global world. Okay. Okay. How did World War II start? Destitution in the world. Destitution leads to the rise of extremism. Okay. Without a global economy, it's only a matter of time before it comes to you. So what I could tell you, I watched a video today of some guy who just bought a $50,000 pickup truck. His wife's got a BMW. They got a Class A motorhome. He lives in Tennessee and he blamed Joe Biden for high gas. You can't afford a $4 gas gallon with a 50,000 pickup, a BMW, a Class A motorhome? You out your fucking mind. That's you did that shit to yourself. You don't take accountability? Come on, man. I could run the numbers. I mean, I understand the number game, but I understand psychology too. Let's stay positive. Andre, hey man, what's up, brother? Veronica, good evening. Good evening to you. I see you got a new avatar purple background. Purple rain, purple rain. Love to you, Sam. Love to you too. Pat Go. Hey Sam. Watching the Daytona 500. I'll tell you, there's nothing that excites me about riding a fast car in a circle for hours. Nothing. I hear people with a loud car in the streets. I said, but I also think when I was a kid, I had a loud stereo system. I didn't like to drive too fast, but I had a loud. So, I can understand you. But I don't want to see middle-aged men with a onesie on, okay, drinking with a Bud Light sponsor, riding around a circle. It doesn't move me. You say inspirational nomad, what would you rather look at? A guy driving a car in a circle 100 miles an hour or a girl walking 2 miles an hour in a bikini? I say, take me to the bikini. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 99, verse 1, King Solomon said, is there any good thing that comes from racing cars? I tell you the truth. More good things come from bikinis. You say that's blasphemy. I'll say, guys, every sin, okay, can be forgiven, but blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. Okay. Blasphemy of the Holy Spirit is knowing over and over and again what you're doing is wrong and still doing it. But here's the thing, guys. You may think masturbating is wrong, but it's not. You may think it. I thought at one point. But then you may realize King Solomon, who wrote the Bible, who you just said I'm blaspheming against, he had many wives and he killed many people. I killed no one. Moses killed 3,000 people, including children. So did Paul the Apostle, who wrote most of the New Testament. Hey guys, last I checked, worst I did was masturbate in a stock and show up to work every day. I'll write my own scripture on that. Okay. So what I want to tell you tonight, okay, in the land of free porn and bikinis, is that you have to learn to continue to evolve. Okay? Continue to evolve and reset your life. Back to live comments. Pat Go. Oh, I read that. Oh, no, wait. Did I read that? Pat Go. I ate baked potato, steamed parsnips, and reheated roast for dinner tonight. Wow, that sounds pretty heavy. A lot of starch. Okay. Erniki. Mr. Sam, I hope all is well. Same to you. Stay positive. Thank you. Be civil. What I can tell you guys, you're watching free YouTube. Okay, whether on your Roku, smartphone, or laptop. If you don't believe I'm civil, and if you don't have enough self-control to change it, Nothing I can do to help you. So what I can tell you guys, in a world where everything is free, including a thumbs up and only half the people watch it, I may get uncivil because there's some lazy motherfuckers. So all I can tell you guys, all my videos are marked for adults, not for children. So thank you. Just Sam. I've come so far in managing my Crohn's disease and sadness. It's amazing. I am so thankful for this. For a while, I didn't think I'd get this far and thought I'd screwed forever. I consider the reset for me. Well, just remember, take it one day at a time. Why? Because today's a good day, tomorrow may be a bad. When you don't get too high or don't get too low, but you allow yourself to get excited, allow yourself to get excited, allow yourself to feel good, allow yourself. But don't think that you've overcome anything. Whether it's the Crohn's disease, alcoholism, the nasty bitch, or the guy with the good dick who you know ain't good for you. You guys, you got to take life one day at a time. Okay. I know a lot of people, guys, they spike the football before they get in the end zone. Okay. It's true. It's true. They get too excited. Pre-com. I call it pre-com. Let's go back to these live comments. Jack, thank you again, brother. Pat, I like to eat my din-din before it gets dark outside. Well, Pat, go. I know that you don't like to eat with plastic forks. You have 2 machetes and you like tent camping and you refuse to get the vaccine. Am I mad at you? I'm not mad at anyone, but I find that very ironic. Oh, God, I ain't gonna lie about that. When I saw it, I said, damn, that's a lot of damn weaponry. I said, but I love Pat Go. Veronica, one and done. I want to tell you, tie your tubes. Why? In a world where Dr. Fauci can make a kid in a lab like this, why would you want to even take the chance of getting cream pied? Guys, there's IVF, and I don't even think you should get that. I think IVF, the kid's more likely to have some problems. I mean, I shouldn't say this. I'm not going to say this. I was going to say something. I'm not going to say it. Stay positive. But let's stay positive. I'll stay positive. Bernie, thank you again. I love it. Computer love. That's what that reminds me of. Yes, computer love. Tristan, managing Crohn's disease, bad habits. Well, all of us have to manage our time and our habits every day. It does get better as you get older. Your brain isn't fully developed till 25. You don't know who you are till 35. But at 35, if you wake up with 3 dogs and you're still living in your mom's house and she's still doing the same thing she was doing at 22, and she will, then you have to say to yourself, all right now. So, good job. Wood Pigeon 777. Hey, Nomad, good to see you. It's great to see you. Gem Star, thank you. Doug, shout out to all my members. Hello, brother Sam. On my way to that gym. Doug, you know what it is, the Pacific Northwest. You guys are 3 hours behind East Coast time, I believe. But you are way closer to Russia in the Pacific Northwest. I think ESP is from Alaska. Russia gave us Alaska. There was a time that us and Russia, I guess, were chill. There was a time you and your ex were chill, but can't do it anymore. But remember, guys, other countries are not your father. They're not your girlfriend. You can't just be rigid to them. You got to be diplomatic. Why? Business. Civility. Now, in YouTube, guys, in the metaverse, whatever. You know, a lot of you live in the metaverse. You play Call of Duty. Okay. You know, you're building a house in the metaverse. Okay. You got a good-looking avatar in the metaverse. In real life, you're butt ugly. You live in your parents' house. You clog up the toilet bowl. There's a big difference, guys, between reality and the metaverse. A big difference, yeah. And in the metaverse, you don't have to pay for a plumber. I want to tell you guys, a lot of people forgot. Real life, guys, toilets back up. Pat, I'm all about the early bird special. Pat, go, you cheap bastard. But I want to tell you, spend your money how you want. You don't let anyone, including me, tell you how to spend your money. Pay to Nolan $4.99 green revenue super chat. Everyone in their own is a manager. I agree with that. You manage yourself. Excellent. Emotions, actions, etc. Pay to Nolan, you're on fire. Will you be demoted? He is asking that question and stating that we should ask that to ourselves. Would you hire yourself or fire yourself? See, I can tell you that some people, they don't have the ability to say, look, even though I'm technically right, I can see some others' point and I'm just going to let it go. Sometimes in life, guys, you are technically right. But sometimes for the greater good, to win the war, or whatever, however you want to phrase it, you just let certain things go. If you try to fight every battle, you're never going to be able to reset your life because you're always in war. You can't get shit done when you're beefing all the time. I mean, what the hell kind of life is that? Some people thrive on conflict. That's true. Thank you, Pedro Nolan. Thank you, everyone. Very gracious. That's my man, Journey with Jordan. Tennessee's in the building. Hey, Sam. Hope you've been doing well. I hope. Well, brother, thank you for all the comments, Journey with Jordan. I know you've become a real estate agent, or you're trying to. I believe that we're at peak real estate. I believe we peaked out a couple months ago. But that doesn't mean people still don't want to buy houses. Why? Well, interest rates are still low, even though they'll go up. And never underestimate human nature wanting to acquire more than admire. And people want to, and this is why, again, how do you reset your life? Only add what matters. Most people add a lot more than what matters. And I was guilty of it. So I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm telling you, though, now 5 years of not adding anything, now I'm going to tell you, yep, because I got some experience to share that with you, too. Only add what matters. Good job, Journey with Jordan. You'll do good. But remember, you carry your habits. You won't be good at everything, but you have to learn to develop habits. You may not ever be a great door dasher, but you should learn to accept 90% deliveries. You may not be a good real estate agent, but you better learn how to take the test several times before you pass and develop people skills. So even if you don't make money in real estate, you can use that for interviews and other jobs. Every experience, you should learn from it. Good job. Pago. When, why was the Dutch oven invented? I don't know, to be honest with you. That's a good question. That answer I don't know. Melvano, anyone have any do-overs that they would do? It's a good question, but I would say, well, I think there is value to answering now. It's just to say let it go. You should let it go. But in a moment of reflection, it's good to hear other people's perspective. I can get that. ESP's listening. When we did the great trade deal and we got Alaska from Russia, we got ESP. We got Sarah Palin. We got a Dairy Queen. We got everything that comes with Alaska. We got oil. Alaska, they call it the last frontier, the great frontier. We got salmon fish. But really what we got was a strategic piece of land that sits at the edge of a sea. If you ever wonder about war, always Google Maps the area at war and then zoom out from a global perspective. And usually that piece of land is strategic, even if the country don't have nothing in it. Strategic positioning. How was Charles Barkley 6'4", but a great rebounder and a great power forward? Well, strategic positioning, tough mind, and some God-given talent. But there is something to be said for that. Good job. Twisted Sam. An update on that trucking thing. I feel deeply that it's just a magical effort to run away from this hard period in my life. I love where you're going with this. And Rush, Florida. Love it. Yeah, and you wouldn't be in Florida if you were truck driving unless you were going to do it local. And then you wouldn't be at the beach most of the time. You'd be on highways. Also notice my pattern of behavior. There you go. Excellent. And shout out to all my truck drivers because I know a few great and they love it and that's fine. So, Twister, I love that comment. I love that you were honest with yourself. And I love that you are learning to evaluate your pattern of behavior. It's only once you evaluate your pattern of behavior that you can break it and establish a new one. But if you just blame other things or you go for the magical solution, as you stated, you'll just go from taking pills to laying on a pillow. Break the cycle, not easy. Good job. Alex, what's up? Any advice on how to establish a good daily routine? Wake up at 5 a.m., don't take naps, fill in the gaps with walking and productivity. That's a general outline. I start my nomadic journey on March 23rd. I want to know when to grab clothes from storage. Well, that's another error. Well, you're doing a few things wrong. One is you don't have a good foundation and you're taking a risk. So for me, I already had good habits. I had a good career. I worked on myself. So you're just jumping in your car, probably like Twister said, for a magical solution. You take away your thumbs up, take away your storage unit. You're probably going to escalate poverty because you don't have good habits, you don't have a career, and you don't have a good mindset. You ask a question and you want a Bob Wells answer. And Bob Wells doesn't do follow-ups, and if they do, they're all pre-staged and pre-edited. I tell you, you're on your road to poverty, you got bad habits, you got a storage unit, and you're probably not going to listen anymore, and you probably shouldn't. Because you're not listening to anything else I say, so why should what I just said matter? Dream, because I did so many videos about that topic already. I mean, it's like, to ask that, you just basically want me to lie to you, and you already saw it. You know what I was going to answer. Dreamweaver, amen? Aaron, I've never told my kids I didn't want them to leave. Yeah, well, your body language is 80% of the conversation, and people know when you're unhappy, and it's natural. If a mother bird has grown birds in a nest, even though she will mostly always nourish them. Even though I've met some bad mothers, but overall, my mother was good and many other. But all I can tell you is it's not natural for adult birds that are not disabled to stay in the nest. So even though you would never tell them you want them to leave, you would never really And then she goes, I for sure wanted them to leave and make their own way. Aaron, that's why you're a rock star. Dream up and up. Yep. Twist up. Getting stuck in a negative mind space when I'm alone too long. There you go. Idle time, devil's playground. Keep productive. Then take a break, not a nap. Then when I get even the lightest social interaction like a drive-through, I snap out. That's why most psychopaths are not going to do good in the nomadic life. Why? Someone tells them to leave Planet Fitness and they go crazy. Someone cuts them off on the road, they go crazy. They got to deal with people in the supermarket, they go crazy. It's only by the grace of God these people didn't get arrested yet. Wait. Because if you can't deal with people being out in the public 90% of the time, guys, you're either going to get something stolen, you're going to have conflict, or you're going to get arrested. Because if you don't have the temperament to deal with the public more, you better stay in an indoor environment. And if I snap out of the negative loop, there you go, and realize it's all in my head. Well, yeah, some of it's in reality, but yeah, you're right. Step out of yourself and evaluate. Good job. You're on fire tonight. Keith, what's up, brother? I thank you for all your inspiring videos. I thank you for your positive comment and hard work. They have been a blessing to me. You've been a blessing to me also. It's a reciprocal relationship. I'm living my best life. You damn right you are. And if you don't believe me, drive back to Indiana. See, I had the privilege. Well, really, I had to do the work. For the first 2 years living in my car, I came to Florida on a week vacation. I had to go back up Jersey to my office job, which I was thankful for and never complained about. And it's an amazing thing to drive from New Jersey to Florida in the middle of the winter and then drive back from South Florida to New Jersey in the middle of the winter several times. That'll make you realize why you left. Most people don't have that. They don't have that experience. And that's why they go back and then it's too late to come back again. Not too bad. You didn't do the work. Aaron. Hey, SP. Aaron. I actually had a supervisor who was a therapist recommend I write horror. Fucking another overeducated therapist that never spent time in real life. She's in a metaverse because it's a way of cope. Yeah, she's probably in a dysfunctional relationship herself. She probably got a lot of college loan debt too, and she's probably mad at Biden because Biden didn't forgive $50,000 of her master's degree. She got a master's degree and she don't know basic shit. She don't know that when you look at someone get murdered, or you write when someone gets stalked, or you watch CSI, you watch a rape, even if it's in a movie, that's trauma. You play Call of Duty, that's trauma. That's why you have headaches. And if someone can't understand that basic psychology, guys, where the fuck did they go to school? They went to school anywhere, but they don't know real life. Maybe they never had a knife pulled on them. Yeah. I mean, guys, I don't understand what these therapists are studying. Okay? But I want to tell you, any therapist that tells you it's therapeutic. I know another therapist that told some bitch that was going out on SSDI, oh yeah, I think you should be a nomad. That could be healthy for you. She had a recurring pattern of crazy shit. That bitch should be in sheetrock walls with fucking the thickest, concrete block you get, because you ain't gonna survive out here, and she didn't survive out here. Okay. These therapists, they don't got no idea about real life. None. Okay? I tell you. But I appreciate you sharing that, Aaron. I'm not being negative towards you. And she go, yeah, she told you a bunch of horrible advice. I mean, that shit was bad as hell. Twisted. I decided against trucking thing for now. Good decision for you. And shout out again to all my truckers. I'm just trying to get to graduation. Yeah, I mean, look, you spent 3 years in school. You're working now. I mean, for your standpoint, and you just brought up trucking out of nowhere. Exactly. For your standpoint, it doesn't make sense. For some people, it may, but not for you at this point. And then getting a studio apartment near my parents. Yeah, there's value, even if you move out on your own and go back to your parents. Why is there value in doing that? Because it's like coming to Florida and then going back to New Jersey. You're never going to be happy again back at your parents once you move out, because you're going to realize there's a better life. Now, you may move back and you may feel like it's better because maybe you got to live with someone you got to share the rent with. But I want to tell you guys, you're just going from one dysfunctional place to the other. Why? Because you can't skip the part of life where you do the work. Okay? And it doesn't mean you have to work. Some people can't work, but you got to do something. Okay? And it's not just fucking getting your, look, guys, I want to tell you right now, if you don't pay for your own toilet paper, but you pay for your own liquor, the shit don't count. Okay? And people can throw shit in your face. Well, what about when this happened? Yeah, well, what about the whole time I got help, I worked? Okay, what about that? Okay. Whether it's delivering pizza, working in a ditch, or working behind a computer, okay? And I didn't encourage my family to do drugs. I didn't encourage them to smoke cigarettes, okay? So what about that? They don't say nothing about that. So let me tell you something, guys. If anyone knows more about the name of drugs, whether prescription or illegal, they know more about codes for wellness checks on mentally ill people. If they know more about that than basic daily disciplines, these people they are destroyers. They'll destroy your life. And they have a recurring pattern of toxicity. And they got to take accountability. No more childhood shit. And if they don't, that's fine. But guess what? Man, I'm not going to be around them. Nope. Good job. Thank you so much. Thank you, Twister. I appreciate your comments. Forgive me for skipping. I got you. Dream. Walking away from everything for freedom. What does that mean? Hardest and easiest thing ever 2 weeks and starting with a backpack. Well, that I don't preach that at all. That sounds like totally irrational thinking. So I'm not in agreement with that. But do what you want. It's your life. I'm not telling you how to live, but I don't stand in agreement with you. That's not freedom. That's destitution. Freedom is working, paying off your debts, living below your means, having a healthy routine, and then deciding if you want to live nomadic or static. What you're sounding like is delusion. Okay. Big difference. Aaron, Medicaid will only let us bill out $80 an hour. Oh, okay. Private pay is $200 an hour. Yeah. Well, a lot of people sacrifice that extra money. Why? Because they want the security of a government job. So even though when you work like with government jobs, you're only going to get $80 an hour, you're going to get a pension, you're probably never going to get laid off. All of my life, I worked in the private sector. So I could get laid off at any time. I make more money, but I have less. I don't have no pension. I had a little bit one when I was with the union, but I don't have no pension. I don't have, when you work with it, that's why most people, guys, you date a high school. There's people, they work for the government. They better like the area they live because they're never going to leave, most of them. Because it's a lot of security, but it's also a limited upside financially. So if you want to make more money, you got to give up some security. That's the give and take with government versus private sector. And they both have pros and cons. I'm not saying the private sector is all good. That's something you got to evaluate. Pat, I was a trucker once, Twister. I made enough money to buy my first home. Okay. Thank you, Pat Go. Peyton Nolan. The average attention span is getting shorter. Well, it's always been short. I think it's about 7 seconds for the average person. It's a real pandemic. It's okay. Nobody can listen to one thing and learn. That's okay. I think we're all like that. I mean, I don't think a classroom should ever be more than 20 minutes. That's why I try to knock out the thing with under 15 minutes, the structure topic, and then we just go to free fall. They think they can do a bunch of things at once. We've all been like that. So the part of that's immaturity, and part of that's just human nature. You got to discipline yourself. Good comment, though. Thank you again, Peyton Nolan. Boston, hey, no, man, what's up? Hello, chat. I'm out getting some groceries. Okay, I only shop in the express aisle. Why? I don't have shit. I don't like all that stuff. I like my Sundays. My question is, does anyone else realize their brain can be smarter than computers? No, it can't. There's no way the human brain can store more information than a computer. Boston, what is the latitude of Alaska? Latitude and longitude right now. You can't tell me that shit. Hey, Boston, pull up Latina MILF porn. Why can't you pull that up? Hey, Boston, tell me how to say, I want change for a $20 bill in Russian. Can't do that. Your smartphone can do that in 5 seconds. So, Boston, use your smartphone to subsidize. Journey, big pickup is not going to do it. Hey, guys, I'm not mad at the big pickups, but what I want to tell you guys, you got to think strategic. And you can't buy a big pickup and then complain about gas. Why? Because you probably also type of person say, oh, don't buy cigarettes if you can't afford them. Oh, don't get a gold chain. Don't get new stickers. Well, don't get a big pickup if you can't afford gas. So it cuts so many ways, guys. But remember, guys, when you're dealing with people that are assholes, I remember one time I was delivering pizza, working. And I was driving a hoopty at that time, an old Volvo. And my brakes were squealing. And I pulled up to the pizzeria, and there was some prick standing outside the pizzeria. He said, damn, man, sounds like you need new brakes. I said, well, you going to pay for them? He goes, well, why don't you get some less tattoos? You can pay for them. Here I am working. So remember, guys, there's so many opportunities in life to lose your cool, even when you're doing the right thing. I could have gotten a fight with this guy. But I had two choices. Take it and go deliver the next one, or get in a fight, destroy my job, and now I definitely ain't getting breaks. In life, you got to be strategic, not just raise your pickup. And most people, guys, they're just going to have a loud pickup truck with a political slogan on the back. That's their mindset. Can't help that. Peyton Nolan, the human brain wasn't made to multitask. Well, it was, but only to a certain point. You got to know, there's certain parameters. There's a reason that it's taking longer for self-driving cars. Why? Because the human brain takes a lot of multitasking information in when you're driving, and it's forming conclusions. That it's not just a static algorithm. It's not just a mathematical formula. There's some organic things. So it's like you see someone in front of you, they got body damage on their car, they got a political slogan with a flag hanging out their back, and they got exhaust coming out. In my mind, I'm slowing down a little bit more because this motherfucker's volatile. So, it's like you make calculations all the time, not just based on math. It's based on, there's a part of the human mind that can comprehend human nature. Now, again, most people, guys, they may be oblivious, okay? But, it's like they think they look good with a bad wig on. But I understand, because I think about some outfits I wore, I thought looked good. So I've been just as delusional. So all I can tell you, though, guys and girls, as you get older, it's not about how you think you look, but you can tell when you think you look good. Guys, no one cares. That's the truth. And if someone does care, they ain't going to care eventually. Yeah. And you ain't going to care either. That's why you won't be alone. Yeah. Who you trying to trap? You trying to get out of shit. Here's the problem with people trying to look good and they're in a bad relationship. Why are you trying to look good? You got to get out of a relationship and stay out of relationships. You should try to look butt ugly and bald, okay? Break up and don't get another relationship, but you don't want to do that. You want to try to find a better sucker or a better girl or a better man than the one you're with. And I want to tell you, that's the mindset that got you where you at now. Yep. Huh. So take off the wig, okay? And take out the false teeth. And stop acting a damn fool. Okay, yeah, that's right. Aubrey. Pray to Jesus, ask questions for answers. Well, Jesus said that if you pray, you should only pray once and pray the Our Father and don't repeat yourself time and time again like a hypocrite. And Jesus said, don't pray in public, pray in private. So I don't know what the fuck you reading. Okay. Because I want to tell you, you sound like someone who's not been doing much all day, Audrey. But it doesn't sound. It sounds like you got the right intentions. But I don't know what your actions look like. Jesus said, measure someone by the fruit of their tree. What's the fruit of your life? What's your resume? Career-wise, what's your resume in relationships? What's your pattern of behavior? Jesus said I should evaluate you based on that. Will I see a bunch of bullshit? Maybe. We'll see. Ernicki, I don't comment much, but I pay attention to the message. Thank you. And apply it. Learn to set boundaries. Good. Don't be afraid to be embarrassed. Good. You get it. One of my favorite. When in doubt, show up and don't buy. And much more. Damn it. You are listening. Good job. Melvano, I was offered $200 an hour to do home health. Had to turn it down as I don't know what kind of bugs I would be bringing home. Melvano, you did the wise thing. Why? Because when you try to help a depressed person, when you try to save a drowning person, you got to be very careful. You try to get someone out of addiction, you try to get someone out of a bad relationship, you can get fucked up. So you did the right thing. When in doubt, don't get involved in that. If there's an emergency, call the authorities. Boston, I spend $50 on gas a day, no biggie. Yeah, I mean, you got to have a budget for everything, you know. Twister, thank you for that, Pat Go. I'm trying to keep an open mind about everything. Just taking it one day at a time. You're on fire tonight, Twister. You're doing a great job, brother. Aaron. And Malvano, I have left home covered in fleas and bed bugs. Oof. From home-based therapy. These are good comments. But the kids in the home were worth it. Well, Aaron, you have a heart of compassion, and I've lived in a house with infestation, so I appreciate you. Veronica, interesting. Pago, true that, Aaron. Malvano, God bless you, Aaron. Society needs people like yourself. Well, Aaron's burnt out and writing horror movies. So, Aaron, and, look, Erin's got to take care of herself and she's got to set some boundaries. But there's no doubt about that Erin is a superstar. But the problem with good people is they burn themselves out and they lose their creativity through too much sacrifice, and they don't help as many people as they think because people abuse their kindness. But I don't want to turn Erin or anyone into someone who's not going to be kind. But I don't want to hear a message from someone says be kind to everyone. You look at their own family and they're fucking devils to everyone. Guys, look, you need boundaries with everyone. That's the bottom line. Good job. AR6A. Do you believe that it's possible to be truly productive on a consistent basis? Yeah. While incorporating forms of escapism such as video games. Well, I played video games when I was young, and I think it's good to help me interface with technology. But I also smoked weed and drank alcohol and partied. So I think there's a time for everything. I think as you get to your mid-20s, you have to do less video games, more productivity, more career goals. As you get into your late 20s, early 30s, again, you slowly transition from video games, drinking with buddies, partying, and you mature. Part of that's just maturity. But so it all depends on your age and your trajectory. But you definitely have to start to separate from that. Yeah, no doubt. Hassan. Hello, Sam. What's up? Good evening. Good evening to you. Pago, I have a new waterfall video. I'll check it out. Okay, Pat, I'll check that out. Peyton Nolan, thank you again, brother. Yeah, I read that. That was a good point. AR6. That's a great analogy. I agree. That was a good one. Doug, ESP can see Russia from the van. ESP's laughing. Yeah, I remember when Sarah Palin said that. Yeah. Journey. See, well, they're both close because Doug's from the Pacific Northwest and Aaron, ESP's from Alaska, so that's right next to each other. Journey. Thanks, Sam. The housing market is still strong in Nashville. Everywhere is still strong, but not as hot, but still hot. I got my first house under contract. Congratulations, brother. Last week and close the next month. Two things I want to remind you. One is, until you leave closing, the deal's not done. And if your father is in real estate and you told me his was, I'm the most engaged YouTuber, he's told you this. Get through your first closing, get through your second closing, get through your third closing. Then you're going to think you have real estate figured out. Then remember, Dave Ramsey thought he had real estate figured out, and then he went bankrupt. And then he told other people, don't go in debt. And Dave Ramsey helped me. I give him credit, but he also, some things about him I don't like, but that's okay. So what I want to tell you is congratulations. That's number one. Number two, you get it. You've been listening to me. Keep going forward. Doug, laughing at EFP. Peyton Nolan, I don't know. If I would do anything over, this is the only life I've had. Always talking to Malvano, asked, would you do anything over? And he goes, I'm still alive. Who knows what would happen if you went back to live out your life differently? That's a good point. I'm grateful to be alive. Peyton Nolan, very positive, good comments tonight, brother. Doug, taking up Sam's workout plan. Yes, 15 minutes a day for at least 5 days a week. You got it. Treadmill for 15 minutes. Weights. Damn it, Doug. You're very positive. You're smart. So what's up? How's it going with the home base? Good question. I have a decision to make now this week. The cheaper home base, I got everything lined up. And now I'm just at the point where I have to decide if I want to go forward. I had to do some research. I got it done this weekend. I had to jump through some hoops because the person who is selling it they're sick. And so I'm dealing with like the caretaker. And I still have the beach option at a reasonable price. This is my recurring pattern with home bases. But just remember, a home base now is cherry on the top. And part of resetting your life is only add what matters. Do I think a home base matters? I think it can matter, but for a single person, no pets, no kids, it doesn't have a huge importance at this point as a 42-year-old man, okay, who's financially independent, but I think about long-term, it could matter. So, or if something happens. So my dilemma, Sue, is always, do I want to go with the cheaper option away from the beach or the option that's still below my means at the beach? And I struggle because, like every property I looked at, there's a pro and a con. There's two properties that I would have went completely through with, but something happened. Which were they? Well, one was a condo that was very close to the beach last year, and everything was new, but there was a leak in the wall. And even though they said they would have got it fixed, it brought back flashbacks of living in a condo, and it made me realize I don't want shared walls. But I thought that was a good deal. Then there was another one this past December. I was under contract. I was given a deposit. And during the inspection, rats were involved, and I thought the neighbors were too close. It got crazy. I really got hurt by that. But that was by the beach. I would have went through with that. So I'm saying all that to say, I got to share with you, this is my experience, is that I like the property, the privacy of the one away from the beach. I feel it's more peaceful, but it's away from the beach and it's not positioned that greatly. The one by the beach is positioned greatly. The lot is okay. The lot is more private. The house is actually in better shape, the mobile home. But I don't know. I don't have an extreme passion, but it's wiser. It's a wise choice. And I may let wisdom guide me. But, I have a lot of, I don't know. There's part of me too that just says, Sam, I don't know. Obviously, part of me just wants to keep doing what I'm doing, but I'm circling back more and more. I say all that to say, I'm either going to tell this lady by Wednesday that I'm not going to go through with the one by the away from the ocean, and then I'll focus back on the one by the ocean and see what's up by them. But that's where we're at. And so you say, well, that's exhausting. Well, guys, I'm going to exhaust every option. I've worked hard. I'm single, no pets, no kids. And I've actually wanted a couple of them. I've shared with you those two examples, and I was serious about that. But I'm at a certain place in my life where I'm exhausting every option. I want to go back to the question, do I think a home base has value? Based on your age? Yes. Based on your situation? Yes. But is it everything? No. But again, if you have no home base, you better have the financial resources for an exit strategy. And depending on your age and circumstance, you better know your risk level. Because, guys, living with no home base, especially for those who are poor and not making good money, you are more vulnerable. That's fact, not fiction. And there's nothing wrong with that. You should do what you want. But you should be damn ready that when you do what you want, you're the one that has to deal with the consequences. That's all. So hopefully that answered your question. James, what's up, man? I remember you. I'm fully engaged. Sam, baby. This is my first time putting in the comment for years. Well, it hasn't been years, but definitely months. Thanks for enabling comments again. Well, I appreciate that. And at any time I can change my mind, but thank you, James. Sam, baby, what you said is true. You get headaches that leads to sleepless nights. Yeah, guys, look, anyone who can't sleep, takes naps, doesn't wake up on time, and is not productive enough. There's no way you wake up at 5 a.m., you're consistently productive, you don't have to burn yourself out, but you're consistently moving, you take a break, not a nap. By 10 o'clock at night, if you're not tired, you're doing drugs. There's no way you're waking up at 5 a.m., not taking a nap, and you're not tired at 10, 11 o'clock at night. There's no way. Nyla, hey, hope all is well with you. I hope the same for you. Aaron, thanks, Bavano. Twista, Sam, a quick correction. I've been in university for 6 years. Okay. Summers included, and I started immediately after high school. I know it's the cause of most of my burnout. I can understand that. And now, once I'm done, it'll be a whole nother dimension. That's right. Every time you take a promotion, you go in another dimension. One of my ex-neighbors told me that, and I agree with him. He was a good guy. And every time you finish something hard, you pass a test after failing it 3 times. I did that. You finish school after going for 6 years. Anytime you do something hard, you go to another dimension of prosperity. It's true. There is a reward. There is a reward. Boston, good stuff. I just have been realizing I can retain a lot of information lately, like the human mind, because it's my own decisions. Well, I like that you're taking authority over your mind. Just remain humble in it. The human brain can also subsidize, like you said, with a computer. That's right. So the human brain, we're androids. We're plugged into the metaverse, but we can get the metaverse with information, not with just entertainment. Equals a lot of knowledge. I agree. I use my phone all the time. It's like your phone is a calculator, plus a lot of other stuff. Why wouldn't you use a calculator? Hey guys, are your parents still doing long division math? Remember when your parents said don't use a calculator? Hey, go give them a long division math problem. Hey guys. Hey, go talk to the people 80 years ago that didn't want to give up riding their horse. They're probably driving a Tesla now. Go talk to the people who have a pickup who don't want a Tesla. In 50 years, they'll be in hovercrafts. Everything changes. Never forget it. Boston, if I looked at your analytics, I bet I could predict your future subscriber views better than a computer. I doubt it. Last year at this time, I had 12,000 subscribers. At that run rate, I wouldn't have 31,000 at this point. So I had a couple videos go viral. So you can project it based on analytics, but remember this, life is not an exact science. If life was an exact science, guys, we just do long division. That's why you keep doing things until you figure it out. Why? Because something may stick, and even if it doesn't stick, I can definitely tell you the analytics of doing nothing. Yeah. Hey, guess what, guys? Life is not an exact science, but if you don't upload any videos, I could definitely, if you don't make any deliveries, if you don't do anything, I can tell you exactly. Because, guys, 0 divided by 0 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. Never forget that. Good job. Tony, what's up, man? Hello, Sam. Yeah, I remember you. Hope you've been doing well. You too. I've been super busy. Good. Keep doing you. I appreciate you. Trying to transform my body. Well, just remember health over vanity. When in doubt, go for a walk. Don't lift nothing heavy. And be consistent. Good job. And The food you eat is important, just as important as staying active. Good job. AR6. The feedback is truly appreciated. Love and respect. Journey, Space Dad Series. I'll see you. Fire. You know what it is. Purple. Member only. Fire emoji. You know what it is. Shout out to all my members. Journey. Absolutely, Sam. That is a great advice. I'm not counting my money until we are finished. Excellent job. A lot of people thought they were getting in the panties. Then they talked too much and the panties came back up. And they got blue balls. So remember, guys, until you get the direct deposit, the panties are still up. You better make sure that direct deposit in your account before you start the cream pie. Good job. He goes, until we are finished at the closing table. Damn right. And yes, you are correct. My father is a real estate agent. I'm the most engaged YouTuber out there. Impressive memory. Well, the Lord knows. Good job. Space Real. Sam the man. Yeah, fire emoji. You know what it is. Yeah, good job. Twisted. I do full-time for 4.5 for those years. Then I went part-time. After I got Crohn's disease, I was on the border of losing my mind. Laughing. No, that's understandable. We have meltdowns at times. We have breakdowns. That's normal. It's all good now, though. Yeah, just keep pushing forward, brother. You got the right attitude, damn it, Twister. Aaron, that's great, Twister. I agree. Twister, thank you, Aaron. Tony, we love you. Space Daddy cereal. Yeah, home base for him might make him a bit soft. Yeah, I don't think it will make me soft because I want to remind people, guys, I had a house for 15 years and I did not go into foreclosure. I sold my house on my terms, my way, and I was okay if I didn't sell it. So, you know, a lot of people got evicted and then they became nomads. I didn't get evicted. A lot of people went in foreclosure. I didn't get, and I'm not saying that in pride, but I'm saying that I put in the work. You know, I wasn't like running from my house. I just decided I don't need that much house and I don't want to live in New Jersey. Not because of the politics. I made my money in Jersey, but because of the weather. And I just, you know, I really like the nomad life because I don't like being attached too much. I pay more for staying as a nomad because I'm not a destitute nomad. I'm not staying in one parking lot eating cereal. Okay. But I look at quality of life. Can I spend a little less time in a car or more in a home base? Yes, and that is quality of life. I just don't want to be connected to a community. That's where I get a little bit antsy. But, you know, I'm connected more to the public. That's where I get a little bit of reality check. So I don't want to be connected to a community because there's going to be politics of it, but I could deal with it. I've dealt with it before. I worked with HOAs. I've worked on the board. So I stay detached. But when I stay detached, that means I'm attached to everyone in the public more because I'm out in the public more. And I want to tell you, you don't realize what it's like. And that's why Journey with Jordan got done living in his car because he couldn't fight. The public was fucking him up. You know. So, you know, we'll see. I mean, you guys know that if we had to give odds, I'm closer to a home base than not. But you guys know, when in doubt, I don't buy. Yeah. Oh, Conversation Corner, a.k.a. Suitcase. What's up, brother? Sam. As part of my upgrade, I'm looking to take some Google certifications in order to one day work remotely. Okay. Looking at data analytics. Now, don't do that, Suitcase. Here's my advice from my experience because I was an IBW electrician. Here's my advice. Get a maintenance job at Google or at some type of company, CBR Richard, Equinox, some type of Google, some type of internet-based company. Become a maintenance tech on their infrastructure. Learn about data centers. Don't get certifications. Work in a data center doing electrical work. And then you'll figure out the rest. So you just waste your time and your money on that, brother. Become an in-house electrician or maintenance tech or engineer, whatever you're going to call it, at one of these IT local sites. Because I'm sure you've built some of them. I was building them before I was working. I didn't know what they were. All just a fucking computer room. You built a computer room. You worked in a hospital. Like if you wanted to get into healthcare, I wouldn't tell you to go take nursing courses. I would tell you worked in a hospital, right? I built hospitals. I would tell you go be an in-house electrician in a hospital. And then you'll meet people. You'll understand the system. And that's how you know what to do next. So that's what I would tell you to do based off my life experience. Good job. Love to, Suitcase. Stay positive. And remember, when landing a circuit, ground first, then neutral, then hot. When removing a circuit, remove the hot, neutral, then ground. Remember, always test. Always test the circuit. Remember, always wear your gloves. Remember, always wear your hard hat. You say inspirational nomad, I don't like to wear my hard hat. Well, I know a lot of people didn't like to wear a hard hat. I know a lot of people don't like to wear a mask in a store. I don't wear a mask in a store, but when I had to, I did. I didn't like to wear a hard hat, but I did. Some people say a hard hat don't matter. Hey guys, look, I come from the world where you had to wear a hard hat. Okay. And I can tell you the same people that fought wearing their hard hat and they're gonna fight the war. It don't matter which certifications. You got to play the game a little bit. That's the problem with some people. Hey guys, there's shit in the world that I think is a little frivolous too, but you got to be strategic. And not being like politically correct or disingenuous, but it means being strategic simply means you're able to understand other perspectives and see what is worth making a big stink about because there's other issues other than your own. Being strategic is being able to step out of your own interest, looking at other people's interest and saying, how can we meet some type of compromise? This is the certification you need in your life. If not, you ain't never going to move up. And I'm talking to everyone. Journey with Jordan quit his job because of politics. Then he became a below average door dasher. Now he's in nepotism as a real estate agent. If the real estate market crash, the one thing I hope Journey with Jordan learns is you got to learn to be strategic. And he learned that because like all of us, we failed at some of our jobs. And the number one thing you got to remember is you got to be strategic, not disingenuous, but you're paid to be a professional, not inspirational nomad. I'm not paid to go somewhere and be inspirational nomad. When I was doing Let's Go Work, I wasn't paid to give them my religious thoughts. I was working with a guy, great guy. He helped me a lot, and I still respect this guy. We went on a side job, and he started talking about religion to the customer. And I said, bro, we can't do that here, man. And I made that mistake at times, too. So I admit it. Every environment has a protocol. Every environment has a protocol. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to stay positive. Because sometimes, I was just being strategic. I said, man, I could really inflame someone right now by saying, you know what? That one's not worth it. And sometimes I'm going to just say it. But I calculated, was that statement worth it? I said, no, that one's not worth it. This is the certification I want to give everyone to empower them. You say, well, I don't like that. I want to just be able to say whatever I want. Well, Dave Chappelle taught us the greatest lesson of all, keeping it real goes wrong. And it should be like that because when you go in a hospital, you don't want to know what your nurse thinks about religion, politics. You want your nurse to do her nurse job. When you go get your brakes fixed, you don't want to talk about politics or relationships. You want to get your brakes fixed. Every environment has a protocol. I'm not saying you can't share with people. Like if you start talking about, I do believe, and I've also believe this is to be true, that in every professional setting, you should learn more about people, and it's okay to talk about other things other than your profession. That's how you build a relationship. But you also have to learn, like, okay, you got to navigate the landmines. Once in a while you step on one, so I ain't going there again. So, walk around that motherfucker, navigate around it. All right, good job. We got 58 people watching, 50 thumbs up. If you haven't already, click the thumbs up. Thank you to all my members. Thank you to all super chats. Appreciation. I believe I left off at Raven. Twister. Hey, we have something in common. CD sucks. Please take care. I don't understand that question. Oh, Crohn's disease. Okay, because you must have Crohn's disease too. Thank you both for sharing your story. Aaron, I hope you get the home base that works best for you. Thank you. And if a home base is not meant to work for me, hope I don't get one. I'm not scared to back out of another deal. I'll tell you guys, every time I get a contract, I look at every ways I can back out legally and contractually. The buyer and the seller both sign an agreement that has clause on if I want to back out, this is up to the point I can do it. And I'll exercise every option if I want, legally and honestly. Because I want to tell you, when in doubt, I don't buy. I back out. Put that on a t-shirt. I just added that part. When in doubt, I don't buy. I back out. Why? I'd rather do the moonwalk back to my best life than backslide back to that manipulator. Then backslide back to that burden. I'd rather moonwalk back to my best life than backslide to the burdens I left. I want you to remember that. Good job. Charles, that's my man. What's up, brother? I got you on in the background. Yeah. You inspired me to organize some cabins. You killing it out there. And clean them out. Charles, you're a straight superstar, brother. You my guy, man. Keep doing your thing. Doug, I appreciate the positive comments, man. Yeah, may the right home base come your way. Doug, you're very positive. I appreciate you all wishing me well on this. Thank you very much. Twister Sam, same to you, Raven. Yeah, I appreciate you both sharing about your Crohn's disease. Thank you for that. Thank you both. That made me smile. Now, me too. I appreciate when people share what's going on in their life. Thank you, both. Space Daddy Zero, just kidding, Sam. I love you, Space Daddy. You're a good guy. I love you, man. Tuta, I have to go to work now, Sam. Love to you, brother. I'm still going to try that pistachio latte, I think. I know they said don't try it, but I may try. We'll see. I'll let you know how it tastes if I try it. Twista, yeah, I love you, brother. Suitcase, yeah, good question, Suitcase. I love you, man. You're going to do well, Suitcase. One day at a time, Suitcase. That's what we do. Doug. Yeah, yeah. I agree with that. Home base with bikinis and beach. Yeah, maybe we'll see. Doug, be awesome to work remotely from a Class B. I could do it, and it would be. But like I say, you have to park somewhere. And parking in parking lots all the time to sleep is not the best. And your wear and tear in your Class B, and campgrounds can cost just as much, if not more, than a home base with regards to recurring monthly fees. But I'm not saying it's a bad option, but it's a depreciating asset allocation option you got to think about. You can still eat it. It's not a bad option, but you got to really think through that and what it's like to always be in the public. But it does give you more privacy than car life, But it's a lot of money. $80,000 for a Class B, that's damn near a home base, But it's something I still think about it. But I don't really want to drive a Class B. I drove a cargo van when I was doing contracting. I want to drive a Kia Soul, man, or a Ford, or a Jeep Renegade. My sunroof down, Sade on. I don't know. Maybe I could drive a Class B again. I will see. ESP at Doug. That's my next step. Yeah, ESP's meant for that Class B. Paid to Nolan, big facts. Doug, awesome ESP. Suitcase. Sam, as part of my upgrade, I'm looking to take some Google. Oh, yeah, I read that. Yeah. That must have been like in addition to your super chat question, which we answered. Suitcase, yep. Like I said, become an in-house electrician in one of those computer company firm data center buildings, and you'll be fine. Suitcase. So, right, brother, you're killing it. Yeah, your hot stick. Now, hot stick. If you got a hot stick, now I know a lot of people in non-electrical field, they don't know what a hot stick is. If you don't know what a hot stick is, if you ever watched the Apollo when Sandman came out, he had this stick with a hook on the end. Okay. Like if you perform bad at the Apollo, they hook your ass off the stage. But in the electrical world, a hot stick is someone who stands, within 10 feet or so of you with an arc flash suit on, and you're working on 480 volt or 26 kV high voltage gear. And the job of the person with the hot stick is to give you a Sandman yoke with a fiberglass stick if you get hung up on some electric. Because if you get hung up on electric, if someone touches you, the electricity will travel through them. That's why never try to help someone too close to depression. You need a hot stick. If someone's seriously addicted, you need a 5 feet space. Just like getting them off the electric, you got to be careful. So when someone's wrapped up, when they're being electrically shocked, if you touch them, you'll get electrocuted. So you have to whack them off or pull them off the electricity that's pulling them in. I worked with a guy. This guy was a rough guy. This guy was a rough guy. He was a little out there too, man. Scary guy. But I was like, fuck. This guy drop kicked someone in the mouth when they got hung up on electric. I think he just did that shit because he ain't like him. Okay, I really do. Because this guy was dangerous, okay? And I said, man, why'd you drop kick? Even a guy who got kicked in the mouth, I said, why'd you drop kick him, man? And he was just waiting to drop kick someone. That's the type of guy he was, man. Anyway, all I can tell you is you got to be very careful when you're around dangerous stuff. Okay? That's why I don't want to work like I did that for many years. Fabio, what's up, man? You're speaking the truth. Thank you. Doug, when in doubt, yes, back out. Great shirt there. Where's backslash? Good job, Doug. Boston, I'm checking out. Love to you, brother. I have another live I want to participate in. Do your thing. I'm not a jealous creator. Love to you. Fablo, I don't think you should rush into anything. I'm not. Good job. Keep banking it. Yeah. Live the lifestyle for what it's worth. Yeah, milk the cows. Yeah, I'm milking it. I agree with everything you said. Now, I am trying to be strategic, because you don't want to wait till you have to do something to do something. So I recognize that I do want to mitigate some risk and have some more stability than just a car. Because I don't want to need to get out of a car and then have to go into a hotel. Because I don't like being in a hotel and they're wasteful and not that exciting. I'd rather have a home base or a class B. But I agree with your overall statement. Fabio, who gives a F about the trolls? Look at the stash in the bank. Fabio, I would 100,000% agree with that. Put down t-shirt. Space Dad Cereal, laughing good. Zach, Sam, hey, what's good? What's up, brother? All right, guys and girls, I'm sweating. I've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. I showed up again. Remember, when someone doesn't show up, you take their spot. Remember, when someone wants to reset their life, they must separate from the toxic behavior and people, and then they must stay separated. They say it takes 8 times to break up with someone before you stay separated. That's a lot of damage that can be done in your life. I've seen people get divorced and get remarried very quickly. Stay separated. Stay separated. This is how you reset your life. Because remember, if you're not resetting your life, you're regressing back to your old life. The final thing is you only add what really matters. You only add what really matters. Look at your storage unit. What really matters? Look at your relationships. Which really matter? Why can't you change your phone number? Charles, finishing up strong. $1.99, laughing good. Dude, wanting to drop kick him in the mouth. He was waiting for an opportunity. I'll tell you, this guy was dangerous, man. There's some people you meet in life, they're just dangerous. And I knew it was dangerous, but you just got to watch yourself around these people. Yeah. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate that. He got fired eventually, wasn't it? It was Harry. ESP. Night, Sam. Good night. Space Daddy. Thanks for showing up. Thank you for being a member. Same time Monday, God willing. And if I don't show up, guys and girls, if I don't show up, you can cancel your membership. You can never watch my replays, but you have the foundational message. Self-care, show up, stay separated, and everything else is cherry on the top. I could stretch this out for another 20 years, but I just gave you in 20 seconds what I'm going to give you for the next 20 years if I'm still here. It's the same shit with different stories. I think more of you than to keep you in therapy for 20 years while you don't do shit. Now, if therapy was my only source of income, I would work in the private sector because a pension ain't going to keep me glued to one. Unless it depends. But I want to tell you guys, I would put some earplugs in and I will listen to this person talk and I do just like this. Just like this. You say inspirational nomad. Did you go back to school for your master's degree in psychology? I said no. I just let the psychopaths talk and I do just like this. Just like this. That's all they want. Someone to talk to. They ain't going to change their life. I do just like this. Yeah. Tell Medicaid that'd be a $200 an hour. Just like this. Yeah, I want to tell you guys, life is pretty easy when you think about it. Jerry with Jordan, I love you. Charles, I love you. All right, guys and girls, peace. Just like this.